What is up, everybody? Man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about the future, the Rippaverse, everything that we have going. 2 multi-million-dollar campaigns back to back, by the way, within a year and some change. And we're sitting on a lot of unannounced projects. We're going to continue to grow. And we're already expanding this team, not just from with art and writing and all the creative stuff that we'll be coming out with. We're also expanding with the warehouse because, it's like 2 different businesses, 3 or 4 actually. But distribution and shipping, we have those teams need to grow as well, definitely, so I can kind of get up out of the warehouse. And really, it's just been cool watching it actually expand. We've hired some guys that are doing basic warehouse stuff, shipping stuff, but even like with just like the security of the warehouse and different avenues there. And everybody seems to be very appreciative of what we have here. And they actually got skin in the game. And this is why I said in the previous video, I move a little differently now, because it's not just me and a couple of people. It's the Rippaverse, which there's a lot of people whose livelihoods are dependent on the success of this company. So I take that seriously, and it's a way that I maneuver. The way I move is just a little different. But I am thankful. I'm very appreciative of every single customer, each and every one of you. And we have Alpha Core that is coming soon. Like I said, 3,000 or so orders that we need to get fulfilled. We'll get those out the way, but we got also our preparing assets for Alpha Core, and those are almost finished. We're going to submit that to the printer very, very soon, and then we're going right into the fall. Chuck Dixon, Joe Bennett, you're going to enjoy that book. As far as the elephant in the room, this whole lawsuit, nothing's changed. We have not been sued yet. Nobody's been served. We're having those discussions, and there will be a time in the future where I can actually talk about it more thoroughly. Like I said, there's nothing to worry, and once we get to have those discussions, you'll see why. As far as when I can have it with y'all, but the parties that are involved are having the talks that need to be had. So don't worry about that. I will say this, and I guess this is somewhat serious. From that whole deal, it has been interesting, for lack of better terms, to see how other people are responding to it. People that I've had a lot of respect for as well. And look, I don't require anybody's loyalty. That's kind of corny, especially, that's not what it is that I require of anybody. But it has been interesting to see, as an example. I have to mention them because I don't want anybody to think that like there's some diss or a sneak diss. Like with Nick Recato, for example, and I don't think he's nearly as impartial as he thinks of himself, and that's cool, right? He's known the other party, I think, longer than he has me, and I just wish he would just flat out say it, instead of acting like, oh, he's so objective, mainly because there's things that just are going completely unignored as far as the context of what's been happening, as if there hasn't been people that are involved here that have worked overdrive to slander, libel, flat out lie, misrepresent this company, and even do kind of this gay op stuff. And there's proof of it. I'm not just saying on one email or something. I mean, them just flat out admitting what it is that they're trying to do and contacting people, or doing this weird stuff, or trying to incentivize people and egging them on to try to get in some lawfare, like acting as if that's just not a thing is very intriguing. And it's not just with him. And the reason why I bring that up is because I have for way too long given people more credit than I probably should have. Okay. And what I mean by that is that the rules for engagement of how they view us being cool is different. Like I, for example, wouldn't do something and they have no problem doing it. And so that doesn't mean that they're in the wrong when they operate the way that they do. It just means that I need to adjust because the rules have been established there. And I'm going to do that, right? The only thing that I require there is reciprocity. I certainly will not. I don't want to be getting hit up about stuff and somebody saying, well, hey, we cool, right? No, like it ain't all good when it's not all good. And let's just be honest, there is really all. We're not going to just pretend that type of stuff away. And it's been interesting seeing people operate the way that they have, like I haven't seen it. And I have seen it, and I'm going to just start acting accordingly. But there have some people that have rocked with me, that have always rocked with me. The whole Friday Night Tights crew, Gary, Az, all Jeremy, Ryan, everybody that I know I'm missing names, and I apologize for that. That's why I didn't want to start naming names, at least there. But all the people that have been supportive, CG Crowd, everybody that's been very supportive, that have been like in the creative space, I do thoroughly appreciate everything it is that you've done, because there's been a lot of weird stuff that's happened over the last, really for a while. It's just that it kind of crossed the line, let's say, went into a little different area as of recent. And I appreciate those that are just calling it for what it is. I have my videos where I've talked about this whole false flagging thing that, it's funny watching people bring that whole deal up and act as if, well, that's why people are acting the way that they are, when not only are they lying about the instance, but this whole weird, like even with us and people trying to drive a wedge and fish for something that isn't there between ourselves and comic books for kids. That was a whole month prior to that. So they popped it off. It didn't just start. That's what I mean when I'm saying people ignore the timeline. It's like ahistorical, really, in how they speak about this whole thing, where it's like, well, these guys, some of them are acting as if, well, he just had it coming, right? It's like, nah, bro, I'm the responding agency here. And it is a one-sided thing. This isn't, I know, certain drama farmers would love for there to be this person versus this person, when that's never been the case. It's a couple of cats don't like me. They made it abundantly clear. And there's just been an onslaught coming from that side. And me, I don't even know these cats like that. And that's just all that it is. Just call it for what it is all I ask. Either way, seeing that, I'm learning a lot about people, and it's been interesting nonetheless. But it's been both positive, been mostly positive, been more positive than there has been. Yeah, there may be some disappointments here, but it's been more positive than there has been like negative. And I want to be clear on that. A lot of people have again, rocked with me and gone out of their way to show their support for the Rippaverse. And like I said, I'm not contacting these guys asking for that. This is something that they do on their own. And I'm very appreciative of that. So shout out to those guys. Shout out to the customers, the supporters of the Rippaverse, people that rock with the Rippaverse. I can't say enough how much I appreciate you guys. You have changed lives here, and my employees have no issues mentioning that, because they love working here. They love what it is that we stand for. They love that they can be themselves and work for a company that doesn't hate them and their guts. And I'm fair to them. I make sure they're taken care of financially. And that's really what this company stands for. Yes, there's the creative aspect. We have the Rippaverse code of ethics. But there's also some economic changes that I saw, definitely for art and entertainment industries, that I wanted to be a part of the solution, as opposed to just griping about it all the time. So we've been in a position to correct those issues. And I'm thankful. And so is everybody that works for the company. So thank you guys. I'm feeling great coming out of this whole deal. And it does feel good that things are starting to calm down just a little bit. We're getting more staff, and then I'll be able to do videos like this more often. And I'll get back to the creative stuff, which is where I am most useful to this company, doing the business and the creative elements. That's what this is about. So thank you all so much for your continued support.